Hey, this is the Betrayer, and guess what? I'm back. Back to MapleStory! Oh boy. Now for those of you who may not have heard MapleStory, which is most likely everyone, it's an MMO on PC, and it came out in 2005, that's when I started playing, and I just barely missed the beta back then. I remember my friends in school kept telling me, hey, you should play MapleStory, try out the beta, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it eventually, and sure enough, when I tried it, I missed it, and so I started playing in June 2005, I'm pretty sure that's probably around it was released. Anyway, I quit MapleStory years ago when I reached a level cap of 200, but they eventually raised it to 250, which is... it takes so long to level up just one, and eventually I did level up one. I even made a video on it. Now this game is pay to win, which is funny because back then in 2005 I didn't even know what this concept of pay to win. What? I thought once you play a game that why would you spend additional money to upgrade stuff? I just didn't get that concept, and well, now unfortunately there are a lot of games out there that is pay to win, especially mobile games. Over the years this game's population has declined. It's dying. It seems no hope. It seems they'll eventually maybe shut down. I don't know, but I'm here to tell you that I am back to play, and you may be asking, why are you coming back? I already reached a level, well, used to be level cap of 200. I felt like I've already accomplished everything. Why would I come back to playing? Especially since it's pay to win, why would you go back? Well, one reason. Reboot. Nexon added in a reboot server which takes away the pay to win aspect completely. Yes, there's still a cash up with microtransactions, but it is purely cosmetic. That's all you buy there, cosmetic stuff. In fact, the only things that affect your stats in the cash shop are these potential cubes, which resets the stats randomly that your equipment can get. But that costs Mesos now, not real money. In any other server in the game, it would cost real money. But no, this costs Mesos. That's the only thing you can buy in the cash shop. They also got rid of slots and scrolls. Fantastic! It was such a pain, I remember, to hunt down scrolls, specific percent scrolls, like 60% or 10% success rate on scrolls, and if it failed, you lose a slot. And if you want to get back that slot, you need to hunt down clean slate scrolls, which is a real pain, or probably have to go to the free market to find purchase from elsewhere, but that costs a lot of money, and it was also hard to make Mesos, at least for me anyway. There were also hammers to add in additional slots so you can scroll 2 more times, which is ridiculous. And then there were these enhancement scrolls that added in stars, but of course there's a failure rate, and a lot of these scrolls can also, if it fails, your equipment breaks. So all that money and Mesos hunting down, time wasted, it was just gone. But now there's no more. No scrolls, no slots, no hammers, cubes cost Mesos, and if you want to enhance your equipment, it just costs Mesos for every star. Sure, there's a success rate and a failure rate, but if it fails, nothing bad happens. You just lose Mesos, that's all. Try again. And the potential cubes, there are different tiers of potential cubes that you can increase the chance of getting better stats, but it all costs Mesos. Of course, the cheaper cube, there's a lesser chance to upgrade to next tier. More expensive cubes, there's a higher chance, but it still all costs Mesos, in-game currency. One of the biggest things is trading is disabled permanently. You cannot trade with other players, therefore you cannot sell to other players. There's no shop anymore. Other servers, you can set up your own store and sell a bunch of stuff you may have found that may be worth awesome, but no, not this one. You can't sell or trade. Even if you drop Mesos or equipment, only you see it. No one else can see. So you actually have to find your own gear and your own Mesos. Plus, you cannot trade over equipment to other characters on the same account. Yeah, there's still a storage. You can deposit like potions and etc. monster drops, but you cannot just deposit equipment. You can't trade over. So every character you make, you start fresh. You gotta find equipment from monsters droppings. Now, to compensate for this, monsters drop equipment of your own class, but also you may be concerned, well, what about the drop rate? Usually in this game, finding equipment from monster droppings, that's pretty rare. But every character created in this Reboot server has a unique ability called Reboot. So pretty much, monsters drop more Mesos and have a better chance to drop equipment. Therefore, no one suffers, there's no lack, there's no bankruptcy, there's no being, oh, I can't afford potions to keep on training. Because I remember that happened in 2005, I couldn't buy potions. At one point I was stuck in town. I couldn't leave because I just ran out. But no, that's not the case. This Reboot server has become so successful that it is more populated than Scania. Scania server has always been the most crowded server, but now Reboot is the most crowded server. And I'm completely fine with that. More people to communicate with. Because I remember, see, when I started playing MapleStory in 2005, I did start in Scania server, but eventually after the years, it just was too crowded for me to handle. So I went to a different server, started over. But now that server is dead, I can't find anyone to play with. Now I appreciate having a crowded server. I'm fine with that. Except when it's double XP events, then everyone's going crazy trying to go for the best training areas to grind. So I'm here to tell you I'm back to playing MapleStory. I'm starting over fresh, obviously, because that's what happens when you play on a new server. You gotta start over from scratch, which I'm completely fine, because it's not pay to win. I have been playing Maple for the past couple weeks. Now, previously, my main character was a Phantom on the other server. It was like level 202 or 3, something like that. But now that I'm starting over this Reboot server, I was thinking, well, what kind of class I should main as? I don't want to be a Phantom again, and actually Phantoms, I'm kind of over it, the whole copy skills thing. By the way, there's a class that can copy skills of other classes. If you've never played MapleStory, that's pretty cool. A new class was introduced called Kinesis, and actually, if you see my top 10 favorite Pokemon of all time, my favorite type is Psychic. I'm just so intrigued by telepathy and just the Psychic type in general, just moving objects with your mind. It's awesome. There's a class that's focused on it, that's brand new, so that's going to be my new main. I'm already level 202. I love this class. My character name is Deific Being. Feel free to send me a friend request. Whether you're new or old, I'll gladly be friends with you because I actually have no friends. Despite having no friends, I already know everything about the game to get to level 202. By the way, my Let's Play channel is actually my first account I ever made. This account, I just talk about games, but the other one is actually my first account. I actually uploaded a lot of MapleStory videos back in 2006. So if you ever want to take a look at those, that's cool. Now, I understand a lot of veteran Maplers were actually turned off by the game after the Big Bang patch, but I actually like it ever since then because it doesn't take that long to get experience, to level up. Before the Big Bang patch years ago, it took so long to get one level, even at very low levels. So I'm very thankful for this, and I like MapleStory how it is now than it was back then in 2005. Thank you for watching. This is The Betrayer, and I'll see you next time.